So let's move to the next chapter. The next chapter is the chapter of supply. Before we go ahead and learn, the basics of GST, always remember the first thing, goods and services tax. So we have to go ahead and learn what is goods and what is services. Please come to your chart. So whenever goods or service, whether it is goods or it is service, whenever it is supplied, then what goes ahead, everyone? GST is being levied. So let's go ahead and now learn what, everyone? Goods or service. Let's go ahead and learn about goods or service. Sir, goods section number 252 में goods is being defined. Supply services has been defined in 210. So let's go ahead and learn. Although the definition is not very important from exam point of view, but your base has to be remembered again that, sir, what was goods and what is service. Sir, goods means, goods ka section has been given. Section number 252. Goods means every kind of movable property. Baba, this is movable, this is goods. Anything which is movable is goods. Now, what is the definition of movable? They have not gone ahead and defined it in the GST Act, but we go ahead and take the definition from what, everyone? General Clauses Act. General Clauses Act goes ahead and says that, sir, movable property means what is not immovable. When you go ahead and read the definition of immovable property, there are four things which are immovable. What are the four things which are immovable? Means if it is immovable, it is not movable, it is not goods. So immovable properties are not goods. What are immovable properties, everyone? Any land. Baba, if there's a land, land is immovable. Any benefit arising out of land. If any benefit you have arising out of your land, that is also immovable. Anything which is attached to that, might be a telecommunication tower, you attached it to that. There's a tree which is growing, the tree is attached to that is also immovable. And anything which is permanently fastened to anything attached. What do you mean by permanently fastened? Supposing there is a building, on the building there is a telecommunication tower attached. Might be in the building I have attached one projector that is permanently fastened to what is attached to the earth. So land is immovable. Land is immovable. Any benefit if I have out of the land, that is also immovable. Then the next one, everyone, anything which is attached to the earth is also immovable. Anything attached to, for an example, this building is attached to the earth. On the building, if I attach anything permanently, that is also immovable. For an example, the projector attached in the classroom, immovable. If it is, Baba, when you buy it from the shop, that time it is movable. Movable is goods. But when you attach it permanently to what is attached to the earth, then it becomes immovable. And if it is immovable, it is not goods. Can I go ahead, everyone? Everyone over here. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money. They are going ahead and telling, they told everything which is movable. Then they went ahead and told money. Always remember one thing. Just imagine you are giving 100 rupees to one shopkeeper and telling, let me make a bill. Money is also goods. Are you guys able to understand? And hence they went ahead and excluded money from the definition of goods and told money is also not goods. What do you mean by money, everyone? You can go ahead and call Indian legal tender. INR is also money. Foreign currency, check, promissory note, bill of exchange, letter of credit, draft, pay order, traveler's check, money order, postal or electronic remittance, or any other instrument which is being recognized by the RBI when you are using it as a consideration to settle an obligation. Anything which is recognized by the RBI which you can use to settle an obligation is also money. And it says money shall not include money held for numismatic value. What do you mean by numismatic value, everyone? If you are holding old coins, etc., those old coins are not money anymore, and hence those are goods, because goods does not include money. But old coins, etc., will be goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? And money also includes commercial paper and certificates of deposit. Always remember, commercial papers and certificates of deposits are basically issued by highly rated firms and banks, etc. All these commercial papers and certificates of deposits are also money. And if it is money, it is not goods. If it is not goods, no GST. Can we go ahead, everyone? So goods means every kind of movable. People with me. Goods means every kind of movable property other than money and securities. They are going ahead and telling. What do you mean by securities, everyone? Share, stock, bond, debentures, any right in share, any interest in share, government securities. All these are securities, and securities are not goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? Then it says, but includes actionable claim. Baba, actionable claim, I always go ahead and tell the student to remember it like this. Any claim for which you can take an action in the court of law. It's my right to receive. It's your right to receive. For an example, my tenant is not paying me rent. That rent to receive from him is my right to receive. Insurance claim is my right to receive. Are you guys able to understand? Lottery, if I win, I have a right to receive the prize money. All these are actionable claims. And actionable claims are goods. But when you go ahead and read your schedule 3 in your supply chapter, I'm linking it, everyone. People, we have to learn revision with linking, right, everyone? When you learn, see, it is goods. Actionable claims are goods. But all actionable claims are not supply of goods. Only lottery, betting, gambling. Only lottery, betting, gambling will come under supply. All other actionable claims are neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Schedule 3. I hope you guys remember. I'm linking supply over here that when you go ahead and learn Schedule 3, it says actionable claim other than lottery, betting, and gambling. The next one over here is growing crops, grass. So, Baba, growing crops, grass, etc., which are attached to the earth are immovable. Immovable means it is not good. But if you separate it before supplying or under a contract of supply, even if you contract that I will cut and supply, it will become goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? So, can you guys tell me quickly what do you mean by goods? Goods means every kind of movable property. Immovable properties are not goods. Every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claim, growing crops, grass, and things attached to the land, which are agreed to be separated before supply or under a contract of supply. Either before supplying, you separated it already, or you made a contract also. The time you see the tree and you say, I'll cut and supply you, I'll cut and supply you, then, Baba, you have imagined it as goods, those will become goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? The right side, when you come over here, it says services. What do you mean by services? Services ka definition is given in 2 clause 102. What does services? Services means anything. Anything is a service other than goods. Anything other than goods. What is not goods, everyone? Can you tell me? Immovable properties are not goods, and hence immovable property falls in the definition of service. Can we go ahead, everyone? Can we go ahead? Yes. Immovable property is not goods. Anything which is not anything other than goods means immovable property falls in the definition of service, money, and securities. Anything other than goods, money, and securities. It means money and securities are neither goods nor service. Then it says activities relating to use of money. I give you money. Money is neither goods nor service. The activity behind giving you money to use and you are paying me interest. My activity of giving you money to use and receiving interest is what, everyone? It's a service activity. Can we go ahead, everyone? Remember, when we read exemption ka chapter, when you give money to use and receive interest, interest is exempted. There is no GST. We are not talking about whether GST will come or not. As of now, we are learning about service. And it is a service. Giving money to use and receiving interest. Money is neither goods nor service. But the activity behind the giving of money to use is a service activity. Its conversion by cash or by any other mode from one form to another form. What do you mean by one form to another form, everyone? One form of money is giving cash and receiving DD is another form. Baba, the various forms are told over here, no? Giving money to the bank, receiving DD. Are we clear, everyone? This is one form of money to another form. Bank will go ahead and charge you might be 10 rupees. That 10 rupees which bank has charged you is for a service of converting one form to another, which is a service activity. Can we go ahead, everyone? One currency to another. I gave the bank dollar and received INR, or I gave INR and received dollar. What is the bank activity? It's a service activity of converting one form to one currency to another, or one denomination to another. I gave a 2000 rupees ka note to the bank and received 100 rupees ka 20 notes. What is it, everyone? It's a service activity by the bank. If bank goes ahead and charges a separate consideration, always remember one thing, everyone: for something to fall in service, conversion of one form to another, one currency to another, one denomination to another, there has to be a separate consideration which is being charged. I gave you INR, you gave me dollars, you did not charge anything. There's no service activity at all. I went ahead and gave you a INR, you went ahead and gave me dollar, you charged me 10 rupees, you have given me a service. There has to be a consideration. Are we all 100% clear? Now, see, for money, they went ahead and told one form to another, one currency to another, one denomination to another, for which separate consideration charged. For money, they went ahead and told. Correct, everyone? But they did not tell for securities like this. So people had a doubt, and hence they went ahead and inserted an explanation and told, whenever you are helping someone, now all this Sher Khan and all went ahead and told, for money, to you told. that it will be under service. What securities you do not say. And hence, when we are helping someone in buying and selling shares, etc., our activity is not service activity. Government told, hey, wait, we'll clarify. Government clarified that whenever there's anyone like this Sher Khan, Motilal Oswal, etc., when they are facilitating someone in buying and selling of shares and charging you demat charges, portfolio management charges, brokerage commission, that is also for a service only. Can we go ahead, everyone? Here we are done with your goods and service. People, can you tell me what do you mean by goods? Goods means every kind of movable property other than money and securities, but includes actionable claim, growing crops, grass, things attached to the earth which are agreed to be severed before supply or under a contract of supply. Then we have services. Services means anything other than goods, money, and securities, but includes activities relating to use of money, its conversion by cash or by any other mode from one form to another, one currency to another, one denomination to another, for which separate consideration is charged. Explanation: anyone facilitating or arranging transaction in security is also giving a service. Can we go ahead, everyone? Here I've gone ahead and written one line about derivatives. I'll tell you simple about derivatives. Derivatives is something which derives its value from the underlying asset. Now, when the derivative contract ends and you actually transfer the asset, which is goods, to someone else. For an example, the derivatives was deriving its value from gold, and gold you actually transferred at the end of the contract, then it's a supply of goods. But supposingly, when the contract ended, you did not go ahead and transfer the actual goods, but net settlement happened. Whatever was the loss or whatever was the profit, you went ahead and settled it between you two. Then there is no actual transfer of goods, and there is no actual transfer of goods, and GST will not come. Are we clear, everyone? But at the end of the derivative contract, if actual transfer of goods is happening, then it's a supply ka contract. Are we clear, everyone? Did you guys understand what I'm telling? Generally, derivatives are securities, neither goods nor service, but derivatives at the end of the contract term, if actual goods are being transferred, then it's a supply of goods. Are we clear, everyone? Baba, if it's good, it's a supply of goods. Are we clear, everyone? So that is what is being told over here. Now, but you have to remember one thing, that if underlying asset is supposedly money, derivative contract is securities, neither goods nor service. But supposing the derivative contract is deriving its value from the underlying asset, which is money, and at the end, money is being actually transferred. Money, so Baba, money pe GST will not come. But if it is goods, then GST will come. Did you guys get it, everyone? The next one over here is discuss the applicability of GST in the following cases. These are small questions from the Q&A which I've gone ahead and incorporated. Sale of debentures. Baba, debentures in the exam, unless told otherwise, it is always securities, neither goods nor service. Plot of land. Land is what, everyone? Immovable. Immovable is what? Service. But when you read supply chapter, you will see sale of land is neither supply of goods nor it is service. But it is neither supply, it is not a supply of goods or service. That you will learn in schedule 3. Then cash deposit. Baba, when you give money to the bank, do you make a bill saying, sir, I'm giving you money on this GST? No, because it is a transaction in money. You took 1 crore rupees ka loan from the bank. That loan 1 crore rupees, when it came to you, it's money. On money, there is no GST. But sir, when bank will go ahead and charge you interest, activity relating to use of money, bank is giving you an activity for which bank is doing an activity for which interest is being charged, but interest is exempted from GST. Always remember, interest is exempted under entry number 27 in your exemption chapter. The next one, Baba, the most important part and the only part which is important in this goods and service ka definition is PSLC certificate. What is PSLC certificate, everyone? Priority Sector Lending Certificate. Everyone quickly listen. PSLC. What is PSLC, everyone? Priority Sector Lending Certificate. What happens, everyone? Suppose it is State Bank of India and this is ICICI Bank. Okay, everyone. Government goes ahead and says priority sector ko you should lend at least 20%. For what is priority sector in the country? For an example, agriculture is the priority sector in the country. Government have told 20% of your total loan portfolio should be at least to agriculture. Okay, everyone. Now, what happened? State Bank has gone ahead and given 25% to agriculture. Has it met its criteria, which is told by RBI? Yes, but they have given only 15%. Have they met the criteria? No. In this scenario, what happens? SBI can go ahead and sell one priority sector lending certificate of the 5% of the amount to ICICI. when they are going ahead and selling a priority sector lending certificate of 5%, when they go ahead and buy, their loan portfolio will become how much? 20%, and they will meet the requirement. Are you guys able to understand? Did you guys get it? So priority sector lending certificate, when it is sold by one bank to another bank, it is sold on the e-Kuber website of the RBI. Just like how shares are sold online, same way priority sector lending certificates are sold on the e-Kuber website. Some people went ahead and told that priority sector lending certificate, when they are sold on the e-Kuber website, they are not goods. They are like securities and no GST. Government went ahead and told it, Baba. Priority sector lending certificate, even though sold online on the e-Kuber portal by one bank to another bank, it is what, everyone? Goods, and it will be liable to GST. Are we clear, everyone? Now, remember one thing, when one bank is selling to another bank on the e-Kuber portal, they don't know each other. And when they don't know each other, should one bank charge GST, CGST, SGST, or IGST? So, government went ahead and told, whenever you are in confusion, please charge interstate, IGST, and just for your knowledge, I this IGST which is there is actually paid by the recipient bank under RCM. Just for your knowledge. Are we clear, everyone? Supplier bank, recipient bank, priority sector lending certificate sold to you. Interstate supply, IGST will come. PSLCs are goods, interstate supply, IGST will come. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Here we are done with your chapter number 1. The most important part in this chart, not chapter number 1, chapter number 2 ka goods and service ka definition is closed over here. The most important part over here is the only PSLC certificate. Are we all 100% clear till here? Clear, everyone? Now, please come to the chart of supply, everyone. Let's go ahead and cover supply now. Everyone, to your chart of supply. Please come to your chart of supply. Everyone over here now, listen to me very carefully. Whenever we go ahead and start GST, the first thing you should always know is goods and service. Correct, everyone? So first of all, something has to be goods or service. Goods section number 252. People, I want you to talk with me. Services 2102. Now, whenever, just because I have something goods, this is goods. Is it supply? Can you charge GST on my mobile phone? Baba, I have to do something with my mobile phone. That something is known as supply. What something you do that leads to GST? Can I go ahead, everyone? Just imagine. I know how to teach, but I'm sleeping at home. Can government wake me up and say, hey, GST? No, Baba, I'll have to go ahead and teach. Only then GST will come. So what is supply? Supply is that activity, that transaction which you go ahead and do, which leads to GST. Please come to your chart of supply, because whenever goods and services being supplied, supply section number 7 of the CGST Act and section number 8 of the CGST Act will also be included in the supply ka chapter. Then what will happen, everyone? GST will be levied. GST will be levied means imposed. So let's go ahead and learn the chapter of supply. Please come to your chart of supply. When we go ahead and learn the chapter of supply, supply has section number 7.1. People, section number 7.1, section number 7.1a, and section number 7.2, and we have section number 7.3, one small one over here. Now listen to me very carefully. If something is falling in section number 7.1, sir, why are you so sad? Smile, Baba, smile. Everything is fine. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, section number 7.1. Section number 7.1. Whenever something falls in section number 7.1, it is a supply. So, for something to be supply, it has to fall in section number 7.1a, AA, B, or C. Only if something is falling in section number 7.1a, AA, B, or C, it will be a supply. Are we clear, everyone? Now, once something is a supply, you will have to see in section number 7.1a whether it is supply of goods or supply of service, because supply of goods ke liye separate provisions are applicable and supply of services ke liye separate provisions are applicable. Sir, why are you standing? Student says today is my anniversary, wedding anniversary. Okay, he's very happy about it. Chalo, Baba, I'm also happy about his wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary. Chalo, we'll go ahead. Everyone over here now. Everyone here. So something is falling in supply, section number 7.1, A, B, or C, it will be a supply. Now, if it is a supply, you have to go ahead and further see supply of goods or supply of service. Now, supply of goods or supply of service. If something is falling in section number 7.1, A 7-1. 7-1. 7-1, capital A will tell whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. And then, even if something is falling in section number 7-1, A, B, or C, still, if that activity is mentioned in section number 7-2, it will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Can we go ahead, everyone? Chalo, please come to section number 7-1. Section number 7-1, A goes ahead and says, what is supply? What is that activity? It says all forms of supply, whether you call it sale, whether you call it transfer. People who are worried, where will I get full form? You don't know. Whether you call it sale, whether you call it transfer, whether you call it barter, whether you call it exchange, lease, rental, license, disposal. What is sale? What is sale, everyone? I sold some goods. Sale. Transfer, one branch to another branch, you transferred some goods, might be barter. But what do you mean by barter? I taught you. You went ahead and gave me your watch, barter. Then exchange, Baba, you gave your old car, took a new car, plus you gave some money, exchange, lease. Are we clear? Rental, Baba, rental is a term which is basically used for short term renting. Long term ke liye we go ahead and use the word leasing. Can I go ahead, everyone? Then we have license. I made a software, I licensed it out. Then disposal, any scrap if you go ahead and dispose. So it goes ahead and says sale, transfer, barter, exchange, lease, rental, license, disposal. If you go ahead and do, made or agreed to be made, even if you agree that I will do, for a consideration in the course of your business, it will be considered as supply. So if I go ahead and do sale, transfer, barter, exchange, lease, rental, license, disposal for a consideration. What do you mean by consideration means? Consideration means anything in return, whether cash, kind, any activity. Whether it can be monetary also, it can be non-monetary also. Might be I went ahead and did teaching for you, you went ahead and taught my son. Are we clear, everyone? So it can be, you can give me something in anything in return will be known as consideration as of now. Can I go ahead, everyone? So it says sale, transfer, barter, exchange, lease, rental, license, disposal for a consideration if it is done in the course or furtherance of business. Remember, it should be in the course of my business or for the advancement, promotion of my business. That activity will be considered as supply. The next one, so for an example, I went ahead and sold a car. I'll give only one example. I went ahead and sold a car. It's a sale. Number two, it's for a consideration. It's in the course of my business. If I am a car dealer, supposing my wife, she has a car at home. Okay, for an example, my wife is not doing business at home. She has a car. She sold her car. Sale for a consideration, but it's not in the course of your business. You'll always have to remember that it has to be a sale for a consideration in the course of business. Only then it will be considered as supply. The next one over here is section number 7-1 double A. Section number 7-1 double A goes ahead and says person I is cut, means other than individual. So for an example, we have a club, we have an association, club, association, etc. are going ahead and doing any activity or transaction with its member. Actually, what was happening is supposingly these students over here and me, we went ahead and created one club. What do we do in the club? Nothing. Every Sunday we go eat food. We contribute the money in the club ka bank account, and from the club ka bank account, the money is being paid. Government says, Ramesh, this transaction which is happening between Baba, they created club as a virtual uh, entity only, and they're telling club is separate, members are separate. Are you guys able to understand? So what is happening over here? Members are giving money in the club, and club is going ahead and providing a services to the member, is what government is going ahead and telling. Government is telling the club is separate, members are separate. Baba, it is not actually separate. If you talk, we went to one place, we put the money in the bank account, and from the money of the bank account, we are spending for us only. But government went ahead and told now, Baba, actually it was because of Kolkata Club Limited, Supreme Court ka judgment had come, and after that this amendment came, wherein government went ahead and told very simple, club is separate, association of person is separate, and members are separate. Whenever the club, association of members goes ahead and provides services to whom? Members, and takes any money from them, it will be a supply between them. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Or members, if they go ahead and do any, supposing there is a chartered accountant in the club, he went ahead and did some job of the club, accounting, etc. He is also going ahead and doing a service if he is taking any money. So they are going ahead and telling people, got it? Person other than individual, club, association, etc. And members, first of all, they both are separate. Any transaction happening between them, club giving to the members or association giving to the members or members going ahead and doing a transaction, for cash, might be deferred payment or any valuable consideration, it will be a supply as per section number 71AA. Are we all 100% clear? Can we go ahead, everyone? Always remember one thing, everyone. Club and members are separate. Club going ahead and giving any activity, doing any activity for the member or transaction for the member, or member going ahead and doing any activity for the club, both will be a transaction, and if there is any charges which is being charged, it has to be for a consideration. Can we go ahead, everyone? Only then it will be considered as supply. Are we clear? Next. Then third one over here is importation of service. People with me over here, you'll have to first tell me the definition of importation of service. What do you mean by importation of service? Suppliers in India. People, remember, suppliers in India, recipient is outside India. That is import. Supplier is outside India, recipient is in India, the place of supply is in India, then it is importation of service. With me, everyone, people watching at home, with me again. Supplier is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India. It will be known as what, everyone? Importation of service. Whenever there is importation, our definition, you should remember all these small definition. You know where will all these small things help you? When you are writing the notes below your answer. Might be there's an import related point. Write the definition of importation of service. Supply is outside India, I am in India, and the destination of the service, the place of supply is also in India. It is what? Importation. Don't write wrong. Can I go ahead, everyone? Then, don't write wrong. Importation of service should be for a consideration if it is for business purpose or it is for non-business purpose. I went ahead and imported architectural design ka services for my business purpose. Then also it's a supply. But me being a business entity, I'll have to pay GST under RCM. Then, Baba, if I went ahead and imported for non-business purpose, for an example, my wife went ahead and imported some architectural design related services from outside India, advocate ka services, anything from outside India for our home, personal purpose, then Baba, then also its government is telling that person outside India did business in India, I will consider a supply. But then later government went ahead and told entering every home and taking GST is very difficult. We will go ahead and leave it, and government went ahead and told taxable but exempt. Then Baba, but there can be an exception. What is an exception, everyone? Government went ahead and told, see, online information database access retrieval service. What is OIDR, everyone? Online information database access and retrieval service. OIDR service, whenever it is supplied from outside India, remember it is talking about if it's a normal OIDR, Indian domestic, then Baba, it's a normal supply. No, it will come under this only. We are talking about out an OIDR who is going ahead and providing service. It should be an importation of service. Are we clear? So Netflix from outside India went ahead and provided some service in India. Are we clear? If it is going ahead and providing the services to whom? NTOR. Who is an NTOR, everyone? Remember, an NTOR means any government, local authority, governmental authority. Any government, local authority, governmental authority, any unregistered person who is taking OIDR service for non-business purpose, non-commercial purpose. So, Baba, just imagine you guys, you are taking Netflix for your commercial purpose. No, then they went ahead and told OIDR services to an NTOR. Who is an NTOR, everyone? NTOR. Government, local authority, governmental authority, any unregistered person who is receiving OIDR services for what? Non-business purpose is an NTOR. In that scenario, government told, hey, Netflix, take registration in India, charge GST under forward charge. Because you guys are not going to take registration. You will take registration and pay RCM. Then government told OIDR, you take registration, charge the GST from them and give it to the government. Are we clear, everyone? That is all about over here. What did I tell you? People tell me. What did I tell you till now? I told section number 71A. Importation of all forms for a consideration in the course of business will be a supply. Section number 71AA, club or association, person other than individual, basically any person other than individual providing services to the member, or members are going ahead and providing any supply of goods or service. Baba, they have not told goods or service. Any transaction or activity between them will be considered as supply if for a consideration. The last one over here is section number 71B, importation of service. Supply is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India. It is importation. Importation, business, non-business, both are supply. Business ka case mein business entity pays under RCM. If business entity has to pay under RCM, if it is taxable under RCM, they will have to take compulsory registration under section number 24. Section number 24, Baba, I'm giving you the linking now, registration chapter, and they will pay the GST under RCM. But sir, if it's a non-business entity, supply as per section number 7, but it has been exempted in your exemption ka chapter. Exemptions under IGST may, the exemption has been given. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, sir, it is exempted, but this exemption will not apply if it is a OIDR service from outside India supplied to whom? Baba, OIDR does not only mean Netflix. Netflix is the simplest example. OIDR services from outside India to an NTR. Who will pay the GST, everyone? OIDR has to collect and pay the GST to the government. Can we go ahead, everyone? Here we are done with section number 71A, AA, and B. Now we have section number 71C, activities specified in Schedule 1, made or agreed to be made without consideration. Baba, there are 4 activities which are told in Schedule 1. Those 4 activities, even if without consideration you go ahead and do, it will be still considered as supply. The first one over here is, Baba, remember, Schedule 1 mein 4 activities are there. Those 4 activities without consideration also will be considered as supply. Number 1, permanent transfer or disposal of business asset. What, Baba, full forms already there in the mnemonic sheet. Okay, everyone. Permanent transfer or disposal of business asset. Permanent, people, permanent transfer or disposal of business asset where ITC has been availed on such asset. For an example, I went ahead and bought a mobile phone. People, I went ahead and bought a mobile phone and I went ahead and supplied the mobile phone. I went ahead and took the ITC on the mobile phone and I permanently transferred the mobile phone. I gave it for charity without consideration. I bought a mobile phone, took the ITC, gave the mobile phone. If sold, then section number 71A. Gave it for charity, permanent transfer of business asset. It's my business asset, right, everyone? Without consideration, if ITC was taken on the mobile phone, then it will be considered as supply. Can I go ahead, everyone? I'll tell you for an example like this. I bought a shirt, took the ITC, gave the shirt for free. Permanent transfer of business asset on which ITC was taken. ITC was taken on shirt only, and hence this will be considered as supply. I bought cloth. Out of the cloth, I made shirt and then gave the shirt for free. Is it supply, everyone? I bought cloth. Clothes say I made shirt and shirt gave it for free. Is it supply, everyone? Thus, permanent, it's a permanent transfer of business asset, but ITC was not availed on shirt. ITC was availed on clothes. Do you guys now remember, everyone? What you bought and took ITC, if same thing is being given free, if sold, then 718. If given free, then it's a supply. What you bought, might be you bought powder. Powders you made medicine and medicine you gave free, then it is not a supply under section number 71C. Are we all 100% clear? I'll tell you one more time. I bought thermometers, took the ITC, gave thermometer for free. Is it 71C, everyone? Yes. I bought thermometer, did not take the ITC, gave it for free. Is it supply, everyone? No. It has to, ITC has to be availed. I bought powder, took the ITC on powder, made, powder means to make medicine, right? Now I made medicine and gave medicine free. Not a supply because it says what you bought and took ITC on, that should be given free of cost. Only then it will be considered as supply. Are we clear, everyone? Do you guys remember? Do you guys recall? Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is one notification which is going ahead and talking about motor vehicle. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Marginal scheme available on sale of motor vehicle held as capital asset. Listen very carefully. I bought a television for 10,000 rupees. I bought a television, paid GST on 10,000 rupees. Now I sold the television for 5,000 rupees. GST will come on what? Okay, I sold the television for 6,000 rupees. GST will come on what? Sale value. GST will come on 6,000 only. Clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? But for motor vehicle, government went ahead and told you bought a motor vehicle for supposingly. Baba, remember, it's very important. Please remember one thing, motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, I went ahead and bought for 10 lakh rupees. Okay, everyone? I paid the GST on 10 lakh rupees. Now what happened? Depreciation 3 lakh rupees supposingly happened. Today the value of the motor vehicle is 7 lakh. If I go ahead and say it is not motor vehicle, it is something else supposingly. And if I sell, GST comes on 7 lakh only. No. If I sell it supposingly for 8 lakh rupees, GST will come on. Simple. But now what government is going ahead and telling only for motor vehicle, they are telling GST will not come on transaction value. GST will come on the margin. What is margin everyone over here? 1 lakh and GST will come on 1 lakh only for motor vehicle which is sold for a consideration. Now, if I go ahead and say motor vehicle, you went ahead and sold. You did not sell. You gave it for free without consideration. Now, my question, everyone, please tell me. Without consideration, 10 lakh rupees ka motor vehicle, 3 lakh depreciation, 7 lakh rupees without consideration given. Permanent transfer of business asset. But did you take the ITC on motor vehicle? ITC on motor vehicle is blocked. If you did not take the ITC, is it supply under section number 71C? Why? ITC was not taken. Is my point 100% clear? They can ask you this point everyone. Okay, bought a mobile phone, took the ITC, gave the mobile phone free. Supply, sold the mobile phone. Supply, did not take the ITC, gave it for free. Not a supply. Are we clear? I bought a car, sold the car. GST will come on what? Car, motor vehicle, only on margin. Bought a motor vehicle, took ITC, doesn't take ITC. Sale happened. Remember one thing, if sale has happened, Baba, GST will come on margin. Margin. Bought a motor vehicle, ITC is blocked. ITC is blocked. Now gave the motor vehicle for free. Permanent transfer of business asset. But did you take the ITC? You did not take the ITC. So will it be supply? Clear to all? Sure. Can I go ahead, everyone? Chalo. Everyone over here. 1 lakh is the margin. And so 8 lakh I sold the motor vehicle. 7 lakh was the depreciated value. Depreciated value was 7 lakh. I sold it for 8 lakh. 1 lakh rupees margin mein GST will come. Now motor vehicle without consideration 10 lakh is the value, 3 lakh rupees. Depreciation 7 lakh is the sale value. 7 lakh is the depreciated value. But I gave it for free. Baba, ITC you never took, so it will never be permanent transfer of business asset on which ITC was availed. Because ITC was not availed, it will not be a supply. Are we all 100% clear? Can we go ahead, everyone? Clear? People watching at home, are we clear? Chalo. The next one over here is supply between related person and distinct person in the course or furtherance of business. What does it say, everyone? What does it say over here? Supply between related person or distinct person in the course or furtherance of business. Now, if I go ahead and supply, there is any supply which is happening between whom? Related person or distinct person. What do you mean by related person, everyone? Related person, I go ahead and call it as scope plus family plus sole agent. What do you mean by scope, everyone? People over here. What do you mean by scope? S for shares greater than equal to 25% in both. Remember both. S for shares. S for shares greater than equal to 25% in both. Supposing there is A Limited. A Limited is holding in B Limited 25% share and A Limited is holding in C Limited 25% share. My question first of all, is A and B and A and C Limited related? No. Baba, these two will be related. As per the definition, these two are related person. Remember one thing, if I am holding in two people 25% greater than equal to, it says greater than equal to 25% in both. If I'm holding in both of them, then these two become related. Are we all 100% clear with this point? If I am holding 25% in share in both of them, then these two become related. The next one over here is C. C for control. Let's go ahead and understand about control, everyone. For an example, there is A Limited and there is B Limited. A Limited controls. Whenever they talk about control over here, they will not ask you the definition and all. Anyways, GST Act doesn't go ahead and define the definition for control. Now, control, to understand, you can say 51% share at least you have to hold in a company for being the holding company and controlling that company. Are we clear, everyone? So if I'm going in and holding 51% share in B Limited, then A and B are related person. Are we clear, everyone? Or B Limited is holding at least 51% share in A Limited, then A and B are related. Can we go ahead, everyone? We can go ahead and say A is controlling B, A and B are related. Or B is controlling A and B are related. I control my wife or my wife controls me, both are related. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is supposingly, there is C Limited. Are we clear, everyone? C limited controls A limited also, and C limited controls B limited also. Here control, I'm not holding 25%, I'm telling about control. My first question is, when C limited controls A, are they related? Yes. When C limited controls B, are they related? Yes. Because of a common control, these two also becomes related person. Are we all clear till here? The next one over here is A limited is there and B limited is there. A limited controls D. Are they related, everyone? Are they related? Yes. B limited controls D. Are they related person, everyone? Because of control, and because they commonly control one person, these two will also become related person. Are we clear, everyone? Remember one thing, control. I control my wife or my wife controls me, we both are related. Are we clear, everyone? My papa is controlling me and my wife, we both are related. We both are controlling our kid, we both are related. Are you guys able to understand? Here, if I say A limited, B limited, these two, because this is controlling them or he is controlling, then both are becoming related person. Supposing C limited controls A, C limited controls B, both are becoming related person. Are we clear? And because these both have a common control, they again will become related. A controls D or B controls D, because they are controlling, they will become related person over here, and because they are commonly controlling one person, they too will become related. Are we all 100% clear to all? Can we go ahead, everyone? So C for control. Then the next one over here is officer or director of each other's business. I am a director in your business, you are an officer in my business, we both are related. You are a director, Sham is a director in Ram Limited, Ram is a director in Sham Limited, Ram and Sham are related. Are we clear? P for partners. Partners in business. My partners are always my related person. Employer and employee are always related person. Remember one thing. Scope. What is scope, everyone? Shares greater than equal to 25% in both. Then these two will become related. These two never. Can I go ahead, everyone? C for control. Oh, people, you have to talk with me. It's not my revision. It's your revision. Can I go ahead, everyone? People watching at home, you have to revise with me. O for officer or director, P for partner, E for employer, employee are always related. Scope plus family. Always remember one thing, family you have one Supreme Court and one you have PGPS. Are we clear, everyone? What is Supreme Court, everyone? My spouse. For me, my wife is my spouse. For my wife, I am the spouse. Correct, everyone? So spouse and children. Always remember your spouse and children, always related person. Whether they are dependent on you, independent, they are always people. They're always related person. And then we have parents, grandparents, brother and sister. Only if they are dependent, they will become related person. If they are independent, not related. Can I go ahead, everyone? Scope plus family plus sole agent or sole trading right holder. Sole means every state may one or across India one. Baba, wife is sole. Okay, every state need. India may one only, then only it is sole agent. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next, are we clear, everyone? Spouse and children and PGBS, parents, grandparents, brother and sister. Baba, remember spouse and children, dependent, independent, always related person. Parents, grandparents, brother and sister. Only if dependent related, independent, not related. Are we clear with related person ka definition, everyone? So if there's a supply between related person in the course of business, Baba, I am a sari seller. Bought sarees, ठीक है, for my business, took the ITC. Sari seller bought sari, took the ITC. ठीक है, everyone. Anyone sleeping in the class by chance also, Baba, I'll make you stand on the bench. After talking so much also. Everyone over here now. Just imagine. Okay, people sleeping at home, wake up, everyone. Everyone over here now. Listen. So what am I talking? Sorry, I bought sorry. ठीक है, I took ITC. ठीक है, all the girls remembered it. They told, sir, example complete. ठीक है, my wife took one sari from my business. Now you tell me one thing, it's a supply between related person in the course of business it could be. Now just imagine, can't I buy one sari and give it to my wife as gift? Yes, but it should not be out of your business, no? Are you guys able to? Personal capacity may you do whatever you want. But they are telling if there is a supply between related person in the course or furtherance of your business, then it will become a supply. It should be in the course of furtherance of your business. It should be during the carrying out of your business activity. Only then it will be considered as supply. I bought a sari, never took the ITC, gave it to my wife. Baba, give no, do whatever you want. It will never come under supply. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is distinct person. People remember, what do you mean by distinct person? In one state, if I have two registration under my PAN number, two registration, both will become distinct person. One state registered and another state, another registration, also distinct person. One state registered, one state not registered. In Karnataka, I have coaching institute, I teach. In Tamil Nadu, I have one alcohol shop. No registration in alcohol shop. But still, both are distinct person. People with me, same state, separate registration, distinct person. One state registered, another state registered, distinct person. One state registered, one state not registered, distinct person. Referred in section number 25. 25.4 and 25.5 of your registration chapter defines distinct person. Now, whenever there is a supply between related person or distinct person in the course of your business, it will always be considered as supply. The next one over here is exception. See, generally, if you go ahead and give anything to your employee, I went ahead and gave my employee one shirt. I bought one shirt for my business. Everyone remember this thing. I bought one shirt for my business. I took the ITC, gave it to my employee. Employee is a related person, supply between related person in the course of business. But they are going ahead and telling, supposedly it's a 1,000 rupees ka shirt which you are giving, gift up to 50,000 you can give per annum to your employee. It will not be a supply. If it is not a supply, remember that shirt ka ITC also you will not get. Supposedly, I bought an iPad of 55,000, took the ITC, gave it to my employee. It is supply. More than 50,000, total amount will become supply. If it is a supply, I will get ITC also. Are we all 100% clear? Give to employees up to 50,000 per annum per employee will not be a supply. That's an exception. But more than 50,000 total amount will become a supply. The next one over here is circular. Circular goes in and talks about conveyance, cranes, etc. I will go ahead and tell you for an example. There is a bus which is there. We are SRS Travel in Karnataka. We have SRS Travel in Tamil Nadu. Everyone listen to me very carefully. This is a bus which is there. Supposedly this is the driver of the bus and these are the other people who are sitting in the bus. Now, when bus is going from one distinct person to another, for an example, bus is carrying all the passengers and going from here to SRS Tamil Nadu. Is the bus supplied? One officer went ahead and told, when bus is going from one distinct person to another, without consideration also it is going from Karnataka branch to Tamil Nadu branch. Both are distinct person in the course of business. First is being supplied. Are we clear? CBIC came up with a clarification and told, Baba, officer, relax. When bus is going from one distinct person to another, okay, I understand. That is two distinct person. Bus is going from one distinct person to another without consideration. Morning it went supply. Evening came back another supply. The motto is not that. It will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Bus is not being supplied. But these passengers which went, passenger transportation service where GST will come. On the bus, GST will not come. Are we all 100% clear? The next one over here is, so interstate movement of conveyance, cranes between, cranes, you know, Baba, crane. Wait, I'll draw. I love drawing. Okay. This is crane. You know, crane, Baba. This crane which is there. Supposedly we are RMZ developer in Karnataka. We have one project which is happening in RMZ Tamil Nadu. So what we went ahead and did, we took the crane from here to here. But we will not buy cranes everywhere, right? So when crane is going from here to here, is the crane being supplied by one branch to another? It is not supplied. Only on the service which is provided by one branch to another, on the service GST will come. Can I go ahead, everyone? It's a service between two distinct persons. So they are going ahead and telling on conveyance, rigs, cranes, there will be no GST, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. But on repair and maintenance work or might be passenger transportation services happening, on that GST will come. Now tell me one thing, we have one Mumbai branch, Tata, you know Tatas? Tatas have one Mumbai branch where they manufacture cars or trucks. And they have one showroom in Karnataka where they send these trucks, etc. It's a supply between distinct person in the course of business. Although it's a truck, but for Tatas, it is what? Goods, and it's a movement for further supply. Yes or no, everyone? Baba, why are they sending the truck from factory to branch? To sell. It is goods. And if it is goods, GST will be levied. Are we all 100% clear till here? Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is supply between principal and agent or vice versa. Everyone remember one thing, there is always one principal, there is one agent, and there is one customer. Wait, I'll copy this. So there are three people over here about whom we are talking about. We are talking about a principal, we are talking about a agent, and we are talking about a customer. Now listen to me very carefully. When we go ahead and talk about section number 71C ka principal and agent, we go ahead and talk about which agent, everyone? Consignment agent, a selling agent or a procuring agent. For an example, principal went ahead and issued the invoice directly in the name of the principal. He went ahead and make the payment directly. This agent who is there, who is he? He's just a commission agent. Baba, his income is what? Commission. And we are not talking about a commission agent in section number 7.1. See, he's a broker. What is his income? Commission. Are we clear? There is no supply between principal and agent over here. He will just give commission ka invoice and he will take his commission. What are we talking about in section number 7.1C now? Is supposingly the principal sends the goods to the agent goes ahead and keeps the goods in his godown, agent goes ahead and further sells, and invoice is issued in the name of the agent. Because the agent knows this customer, he issued the invoice in his name. The customer went ahead and made the payment. He deducted his commission, etc., everything, and after 2-3 months, he went ahead and made the remaining payment. But now, when I am sending the goods to my agent, because the agent is going to issue the invoice in his name, sending of goods by the principal to the agent will be considered as. Are we clear, everyone? And this is covered in section number 7.1. See, is my point 100% clear to all? People, listen to me very carefully. Principal gave the invoice directly, customer paid directly. Am I an agent as per 7.1C? No. He gave me the goods. I went in and sold the goods in my name. He gave me the goods. I sold the goods in my name. I collected the payment, deducted my commission, all other expenses, and paid the remaining amount. When he went ahead and sent the goods to me, sending will be a supply and covered under section number 7.1C. Selling agent or a consignment agent is being covered in 7.1C. Are we clear, everyone? Now, he went ahead, supposingly, my principal went ahead and told me, people over here. Same example, I'll talk about a procuring agent. Now, supposing there is a supplier, my principal went ahead and told, I want a supplier who can go ahead and supply, supposingly, this kind of remote. Ramesh, can you search? Are we clear, everyone? He went ahead and issued the invoice in the name of the agent. I went ahead and sent the goods to him. Tell me one thing, who am I? He issued the invoice in my name. I further went ahead and sent the goods. Is it a supply between principal and agent? Yes. I am a procuring agent who is procuring on behalf of principal. Invoice is in my name. When I am further sending it, I should go ahead and issue an invoice to my principal. Are we clear, everyone? But tell me one thing, supposing the same example, if I go ahead and say there is a supplier went ahead and directly issued the invoice, he directly made the payment. Who am I now? I'm just going to take my commission. Commission in my income, and I am a commission agent. Are we clear, everyone? Did you guys get it? Principal issued the invoice directly, made the payment directly. Who am I? Commission agent. Commission agent is not covered in 7.1. Say, principal sent me the goods. I supplied the goods in my invoice. Is there a supply between me and the principal? Yes, and this kind of agent is covered in section number 7.1C. Which kind of agent, everyone? Who further supplies in his name or buys in his name, then coming of goods or going of goods from principal to agent or agent to principal will be also considered as supply. Are we all clear, everyone? Agent is further selling in his name or buying in his name, then Baba, that kind of an agent is being covered in section number 7.1C, paragraph number 3. People watching at home, are we all 100% clear? Can we go ahead? The next one over here is section number 7.1C में schedule 1 में paragraph number 4. It goes ahead and talks about importation of service. Importation of service, if you do from a related person, are we clear, everyone? Or own establishment in the course of your business without consideration, also it will be considered as supply. I'll go ahead and give you one example. For an example, I went ahead and called my son. My son is settled. Are we clear? My son is settled in the US and he is supposedly studying architecture. And I went ahead and told him, for making a home, can you design an architectural design and give? Importation of service, supplies outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India. He made an architectural design and give. Is my son my related person? Son is always your related person. Then, is it in the course of my business? No, even though without consideration, but it will not be a supply because it is not in the course of my business. I went ahead and told my son, for our office purpose, we need an architectural design for a client. Can you please make the architectural design and send? My son went ahead and sent me importation of service. Related person? Yes. Is it for my business? Yes. Is it without consideration? Yes. with consideration, section number 71B. Without consideration also, it will be considered as supply. Are we clear, everyone? Now, supposingly my head office is in the US. Importation of service, I took some services from my head office. Okay, everyone? Importation of service, my head office is going ahead and doing the accounting process for me. India may we have branch, but the accounting process is done by the head office in US. Importation of service, they are doing the accounting work, billing, etc. for us. Are they my own establishment? Your head office, branch office, etc. are your own establishment. Is it in the course of my business? Yes. If you pay them, section number 71B. If you don't pay them, section number 71C, it will be considered as supply. Are we clear, everyone? Importation of service from own establishment or related person in the course of business without consideration also will be considered as supply. Please come back, everyone. Related person, own establishment in the course of business without consideration also will be considered as supply. People, tell me one thing. What did we understand till now? Section number 7 we learned. Section number 71A, all forms for a consideration in the course of business will be considered as supply. The second one over here, section number 71AA, person other than individual giving services or goods to its member and members going ahead and doing a activity or transaction, it will be considered as supply. Members and club or person will be treated as a separate person. Then importation of service, business, non-business, both will be considered as supply. Business pay, what will happen? You have to pay GST under RCM. Non-business, what will happen, everyone? Exempted. Can I go ahead, everyone? But OIDR service, GST will be charged under forward charge mechanism. Then we have section number 71C. People, services specified in schedule 1. Permanent transfer of business asset where ITC has been availed on. Such asset supply between related person or distinct person in the course of business. Third one, principal and agent. Which agent is covered? Who issues the invoice in his name or buys in his name. And the last one, importation of service. Importation, everyone, can you tell me? Supply is outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply is in India. Importation of service from related person or own establishment in the course of furtherance of business without consideration also will be considered as supply. Please come to the next one. Section number 71 double A, supply of service. Section number 71 double A, 7.1, capital A, supply of goods or supply of service. They have gone ahead and told whenever something, first of all, falls in section number 7.1 A, B, A, B, or C, it is supply. You have to further see whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. Now, if there is a transfer which is happening and you transfer the ownership, you transfer the title, then it is always supply of goods. But if you transfer the right in the goods means, supposing there is a JCB machine which has been purchased by 3 of the friends, A, B, and C. B is going ahead and telling, I don't want to be doing this joint venture wherein A, B, and C are partners basically. B is telling, I also have some right in this machine. Correct? That right I will transfer to someone else. If you are transferring a right in an item or goods to someone else, the transfer of right is known as what, everyone? Supply of service. Undivided share. Baba, tell me one thing. This JCB machine, supposingly, I have this JCB machine which is there in this A, B, and C. All the 3 are doing joint venture. They have bought this machine jointly and they are doing joint venture. C is telling, I'm leaving the firm and going and I'll take this front person and go. Is it possible? Baba, it is not possible. What C will go ahead and do? If supposing there is a new person D who is coming in, he will go ahead and transfer his share, which is an undivided share. You can't go ahead and say tail I will take and go, tires I will take and go. It's an undivided share or right in the goods which you transfer and it's a supply of service. When you transfer the right to him or you transfer the right to someone else, you're not transferring goods. You're just giving the rights, and rights is what, everyone? Service. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is transfer of title in future or hire purchase is supply of goods. For an example, you bought a car on installment. Buying a car on installment, they go ahead and tell you, you pay the last installment, the car will be transferred to you. When you go ahead and buy the car on installment, it's always what, everyone? Supply of goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? Even though the front party is going ahead and giving you goods, along with the goods, they are going ahead and giving you the installment facility, which is a service, but still it will be always supply of goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is leasing, tenancy, easement to occupy land is always a supply of service. If I go ahead and give my land on lease, tenancy right, I go ahead and give easement to occupy a land, I'm going ahead and giving a service. See, remember, land is always a service, and land ka easement, tenancy, etc. always be a supply of service. Building का case में same, leasing, letting out of your building is always a supply of service. Here comes one circular relating to Pagdi system. Baba, circular relating to Pagdi system. What do you mean by Pagdi system? For an example, I have a residential property. I have a residential property which is there. I went ahead and gave the residential property to supposingly Ram. Are we clear, everyone? And Ram ko, if I give the residential property ka tenancy right. What do you mean by tenancy right, everyone? You are telling him you will be my tenant for lifetime. I give you the tenancy right. I can't go ahead and give anyone else, or I can't keep anyone else the tenant now. Now you will only be my tenant for lifetime. And he goes ahead and gives tenancy premium, might be supposedly 10 lakh rupees. Are we clear, everyone? This is known as Pagdi system. What law is going ahead and telling, whenever you give tenancy right, against tenancy premium, it is always a supply of service. Are we clear? Can I go ahead? Now, supposingly Ram is leaving the property and going, and he went ahead and transferred the tenancy right to supposingly Sham. And Sham is coming into the property. Are we clear, everyone? When you further transfer the tenancy right, again, it's a supply of service, and might be he went ahead and took 15 lakh rupees from him. Are we clear, everyone? Now, what law is going ahead and telling? See, he went ahead and gave the tenancy right to him. It's a supply of service, but because the tenancy right was given with respect to a residential property, this supply of service where GST will not come. Can I go ahead, everyone? But when this person further goes ahead and transfer the tenancy right, he is doing business in tenancy right. He is not giving residential property on rent. Baba, when you leave the property and go and you surrender or you transfer it to someone and charge an amount, you are actually doing business in the tenancy right. And here GST will come. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, whenever tenancy right are given, these tenants who are there, they also pay rent, monthly rent. Are you guys getting it, everyone? When they go ahead and give monthly rent, Baba, because it's a residential property, it shall be exempt. Are we all clear till here? People, tell me one thing. Residential property, tenancy right given. First time when you give the tenancy right and you go ahead and take the tenancy premium, giving of tenancy right against tenancy premium. First time means when the, not the first time, when I go ahead and give supposingly to you, then it's a supply of service, but GST has been exempted because it's a residential property and renting of residential property is exempt. But when you go ahead and someone else is coming in and you are giving it to him, or you're surrendering it back and you're charging me a big amount, on today's market price, you will go ahead and charge me. So, Baba, that is a supply of service, and that way GST will come. It is not exempted. Can I go ahead, everyone? And monthly rents which are there, renting of residential property ke liye, from these tenants, you will also charge monthly rent. Monthly rent shall be exempted. Can I go ahead, everyone? Are we all 100% clear? Can you tell me one thing, everyone? If supposingly the same place, it was a commercial property, then what will happen? Commercial property, always remember, this is first person, this is second person. You gave the tenancy right, supply of service, GST will come. He gave the tenancy right, supposingly further, transfer of tenancy right, supply of service, GST will come. Are we all 100% clear? Monthly rents, monthly rent, commercial property, GST will come. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Anyone, any doubt till here? Chalo. Everyone over here now. Transferring of tenancy right against tenancy premium is a supply of service, exempted if granted for residential property, but surrendering by the outgoing tenant against consideration will always be taxable. Always remember, when the outgoing tenant is transferring it back to you, or he's surrendering, or is transferring to someone else, always GST will come. Monthly rent, if it is residential property, exempted. Commercial property, taxable. Chalo. Next one over here is treatment of process. I do some treatment of process on your goods. If I go ahead and do some treatment of process on your goods, then it will always be a supply of service. Can I go ahead, everyone? You went ahead and sent me on table and you told, sir, can you please do the finishing of the table by painting and giving it back to me? Treatment of process is job work, and job work is always a supply of service. Remember one thing, there are two circulars over here. Rethreading of tire. You gave me tires, your car ka tire, and you told, do the rethreading and give it to me. Rethreading of tire is always a supply of service. Then you are telling over here, rethreading of tire is always a supply of service. Bus ka bodybuilding. For an example, you gave me the bus ka chassis and you told, can you do the fabrication? Can you do the bus ka bodybuilding and give it to me? It's always a supply of service. The next one over here is transfer of business asset. Whenever you are going ahead and transferring business asset, if it is permanent transfer or disposal, Baba, First of all, everything has to fall in supply. Only then you can go ahead and tell that it's a supply of goods or supply of service. Remember one thing, permanent transfer is always supply of goods. Temporary transfer, whenever you are going ahead, supposedly I have a car in my business, I went ahead and gave it to my director for 30,000 rupees. I told, okay, you use it for your son's wedding. I gave it to him. Temporary transfer of the business asset for a consideration. It came in supply. When it came in supply, section number 71A, it's a supply of service. Can I go ahead, everyone? For an example, I closed my business and took all the assets home. Always remember, it will be a supply of goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? But here there is an exemption. What is the exemption, everyone? It goes ahead and says that's a permanent transfer supply of goods, temporary transfer supply of service. Then at the time of closure, if you go ahead and transfer, it is always supply of goods. But here there are two exceptions. What are the two exceptions, everyone? If I transfer it to a person, if I transfer my business as going concern to a person, or I transfer it to a representative who is a taxable person, registered person, they will go ahead and sell the goods and charge GST and give it to the government. See, I went ahead and bought the goods. If I close the business and go home, I already took the ITC, etc. So government is telling taking of goods home, it will be a supply. But if I give it to someone else, he will sell it further, recover the GST and give it to government. So government says if you are transferring your business as going concern to the person, or you are transferring it to a representative who is a taxable person, he will charge GST and give it to the government. So transfer between you, both of you shall be exempted. Are we clear, everyone? Remember one thing, whenever you are closing your business and taking your assets home, it's a supply of goods, but there are two exceptions. Business transferred as going concern, or business is being carried out by a representative who is a taxable person. Next, over here is paragraph number 5, schedule 2. Baba people, schedule 2, what are the things we learned? Transfer. What are the things we learned? Transfer. Transfer of title, goods. Transfer of rights, service. People over here, the last one over here, transfer of title in future is a supply of service. Leasing, renting of land or building, both are always supply of service. But remember one thing, Pagri system, I went ahead and told you over here. The next one over here is, if you do treatment or process on other person's good, it's always a supply of service. The last one, the next, rethreading of tire, supply of service. Bus ka bodybuilding is always supply of service. Then transfer of business asset, everyone. Permanent transfer goods, temporary transfer service. Transfer on closure, everyone. If it's a transfer on closure, it's always supply of goods. But there are two exceptions to transfer on closure. What is it, everyone? If you are transferring as going concern, or you're transferring it to a representative, then in that scenario, transfer between both of you, there will be no GST. The next one over here is paragraph number 5, which goes ahead and talks about supply of service. These following items will always be considered as supply of service. Number 1 over here, transfer of renting of immovable property. If you go ahead and rent out your immovable property, it will always be a Baba, land and building is covered already. Immovable property means anything attached to the earth also. One telecommunication tower is there, I rent it out, then it is not covered in land and building. Land and building already covered over here. Here, second paragraph, correct? So other immovable property ka renting is being covered in paragraph number 5, which says renting of immovable property will always be a supply of service. The next one over here is construction. Remember one thing, if you are doing construction for someone, see, there are two things. One is completion certificate, one is first occupancy. People, you remember, completion certificate, first occupancy. We have to see whichever is earlier. Before this, if you take any amount, that will always be construction, supply of service. Completion certificate, first occupancy. Before this, if you take any amount, means you are going ahead and doing construction for that person and then making the building. Construction is always a supply of service. The next one over here is temporary transfer or use of intellectual property right, IPR. If I go ahead and give you my copyright, trademark, patent, etc. to use, I am going ahead and giving you a supply of service. The next one over here is development, upgradation of IT software. Baba, IT software, information technology software, whenever you are going ahead, if pre-packed software is sold, it is always supply of goods. Development, upgradation, always remember it is a supply of service. I developed a software for you, I am giving you a service. I upgraded the software for you, I am giving you a supply of service. The next one over here is important for your exam point of view also. There is a small circular which has come in this part, which is there, paragraph number 5E. Okay, circular which is there. Okay, now tell me one thing. When you go ahead and read this RTA, refrain, tolerate, or do an act, the whole line when you read from your book, the law says agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate or do an act. So if I am agreeing to the obligation to refrain, or agreeing to the obligation to tolerate, or agreeing to the obligation to do an act. For an example, agreeing to refrain. I went ahead and told you, I've taught you GST. Now please don't go ahead and open one institute in front of my office. Okay? Everyone, you agreed and I paid you 1 lakh rupees. You are giving me a service. Are we clear, everyone? Secondly, tolerate. So what do you mean by tolerate? My neighbors who are there, they are telling, sir, you are shouting over here. We are tolerating you. I told, okay, fine. You agree that you will not complain anywhere. I'll give you 50,000. They are agreeing to the obligation and I'm paying 50,000. To do an act, for an example, I went in and told you to do something. You agreed for it and I gave you 10,000 rupees. Agreeing to the obligation to do an act, either to refrain, tolerate, or do an act. So the circular which has come now, the circular is going ahead and telling, okay, now you tell me one thing. You were going through you were not wearing a helmet and going. Police caught you and they charged you 500 rupees. They are tolerating your act of not following the law, and that is why they charged you 500 rupees. People are saying that. So there was a lot of confusion. Government went ahead and told that what we have written in the law is agreeing to the obligation. Baba, did you agree with the government? Did the government agreed with you, or you agreed with the government that you tolerate my act of not wearing the helmet and I'll give you 500? Was there an agreement between both of you? Baba, for it to fall under supply and then for it to be supply of service, there has to be an agreement which is there, first of all. Are you guys able to understand? Just because penalty was being charged from you or any compensation was charged from you and there was no agreement, it can never be supply of service. That is what is the circular going ahead and telling. Circular is going ahead and telling. Paragraph number 5E, which is there, which says refrain, tolerate, or to do an act. Actually, when you read it, it says agreeing to the obligation. Means there has to be an agreement. Are we clear, everyone? And then there has to be a consideration. Then it will fall in section number 71A. So first of all, there has to be an agreement. Secondly, there has to be a consideration. Only then it will be supply, and it will be a supply of service. Are we clear, everyone? Now you tell me one thing. When you are going on the road, was there an agreement between you and the government that you will break the signal? You paid 500 rupees, was merely payment of 500 rupees. It is not taxable. Are you guys able to understand? There has to be an agreement, and then there has to be a consideration for it to fall under section number 75E, supply of service. Consideration, why? So that it can fall in supply. Are we all 100% clear with the clarification? Everyone over here. When we go ahead and discuss later, we'll talk little more about it. Just a minute. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. When we go ahead and talk the amendments in detail, we'll talk more about it. But I believe you guys are clear. First of all, there has to be an agreement, can be implied, oral, anything. Secondly, there has to be a consideration. Only then it is a supply, and it's a supply of service. Next, everyone over here. So people, please mark this and keep. It's a part of the amendment. I believe beautiful amendment. Agreement plus consideration. The next one over here is transfer of right to use goods. Baba, I have any goods. I went ahead and transfer you the right to use. Total bakwas. Next, supply of service. The next one over here is following composite supplies shall always be supply of service. Works contract. People, what is works contract? Immovable property. If you are going ahead and making supplying goods as well as service, and you are doing for an example, I went ahead and made a building for you. I gave you goods also and I gave you service also. Material also mine, labor also mine. It's a supply of service. Works contract is always a supply of service. Restaurant, Baba, remember works contract is always with respect to immovable property. You went to a restaurant, he gave you food also and he gave you service also. That's not work contract. Works contract, that's restaurant. Immovable property related, whenever you give goods also and service also. For an example, I went in and told you, this classroom is the ceiling which is there. Can you please come and repair? You gave material also, you gave labor also. That's works contract because it is with respect to immovable property. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here, restaurant and catering. Always remember this composite supply where material plus labor both is being supplied. It is always the supply of service. Can we go ahead, everyone? If anything falls under schedule 2, Baba, it is very clear whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. If anything does not fall in schedule 2, then Baba, you can also apply section number 8 and find out if it is composite supply, taxable at the rate of principal supply. Baba, there are two supplies might be which is there provided to you. Then in that scenario, if it is not falling in schedule 2, then how do you find out whether what is principal? Then you apply section number 8. Can we go ahead, everyone? Please come over here. We went ahead and learned, people, we went ahead and learned section number 7.1a, all forms for a consideration in the course of business. Section number 7.1, double A, person other than individual and members, activity or transaction for a consideration. Section number 7.1b, people, it's not my revision, it's your revision. Importation of service. Section number 7.1c, 4 activities in schedule 1. Section number 7.1, capital A, number 1, transfer. Number 2, leasing, renting out, etc. Land and building. Number 3, treatment of process. Number 4, business asset. Number 5, 6 activities which I told you will be supply of service. And number 6, which is there, composite supply. 7th paragraph was also there, but that has now been deleted. Why 7th paragraph was deleted? Earlier only it was deleted because now they have inserted double A. Earlier the paragraph number 7 which was there has been deleted. I'm telling so that people who have the old books might be, please remember there was one paragraph number 7 which was there over here which is no more there. Everyone over here. Now section number 7.2 goes ahead and says even if something is falling in section number 7.1a, B, C, and it's a supply, but still it will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. How do we remember this, everyone? We remember this as bench flag. Remember bench flag? Bench flag is always neither supply of goods nor supply of service. What is bench flag, everyone? B for bond to bond transfer. What do you mean by bond to bond transfer? I went ahead and got some goods from outside India. I transferred it to the people. You are getting it, no? It's a revision. Remember, if you are not studied, condolences only. Everyone over here, you bought some goods from outside India. You bought some goods from outside India. You transferred it to the custom warehouse. The goods are lying in the custom warehouse and you transferred the goods to someone. You have not cleared it from the custom. You have transferred the goods to someone. These goods which are lying in the custom warehouse, now it was Rameshka. Now I transferred it to Suresh. When I transferred it, supposedly I transferred for 10 lakh rupees, on the 10 lakh rupees under GST Act, GST will not come. It is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. But on that 10 lakh rupees, when you study Customs Act, bond to bond transfer ka case mein, GST will come on that amount under the Customs Act. But in GST, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of. Clear, everyone? The next one over here is employer. Employee to employer ka services. Everyone tell me one thing. Employee gives services to the employer and employer gives amount. Have you seen employee at the month end raising a bill charging GST? Baba, employee giving services to the employer is always neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Here there is a small circular which they have gone ahead and given. This time I'll tell you about the circular. Total bakwas. Now you tell me one thing. Employee gives services. I gave rent-free accommodation. Will it be supply? Perquisites. Contract was there between me and my employee. I am giving rent-free accommodation, every car for using to my employee. Are we clear, everyone? So when employee is giving the service, I give salary, perquisites, etc. This is because of a contractual obligation. Will GST come or it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service? Neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Circular came, circular told whenever anything paid to the employee because of a contractual agreement between the employer and employee, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Papa, simple, no? Nothing. The circular told what we already knew. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Where are we? N for entity to entity. Well, everyone, I am in India. From China, I got goods directly delivered to US. One non-taxable territory to another non-taxable territory. He gave me the invoice. China ka person gave me the invoice. I raised an invoice to the person in US. I will not charge GST because goods went from China to US. Goods never entered India. Then Baba, C for court or tribunal ka service. Always remember, court or tribunal ka services. I neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Government told justice should be GST free. Here there is one circular which is there which goes ahead and talks about CDRC, Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. What is CDRC, everyone? Consumer Dispute Redressal Commissions are like consumer court. And clarification came, they are also like tribunals only. Their services are also neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Can we go ahead, everyone? What is an high seas sale, everyone? For an example, I went ahead and purchased some goods from the US. US ka person went ahead and loaded the goods in the ship. The goods are coming in the sea. ठीक है, or might be the goods have reached over here to the port. I am over here. I went ahead and transferred the goods to my friend. People, listen to me very carefully. If you transfer the goods to the warehouse, in the warehouse, if you sell the goods to another person, then it is one-to-one transfer. I did not transfer the goods to the warehouse. The goods are in the sea, or might be the goods have reached the custom port, and I went ahead and sold the goods to my friend or friendly, whoever is there. Always remember, it will be always what? Neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Are we all clear? Bond to bond transfer and high sea sale. High sea sale happens either in the seas or when there is the port and they have not been cleared. Still, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. I transferred it to the warehouse. Now, if I'm selling it, then what will happen, everyone? Bond to bond transfer. And bond to bond transfer or high sea sale, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. The next one over here is what, everyone? F for funeral, burial, mortuary services, including transportation. Government told a person is going, let him go in peace. Then the next one over here is sale of land. Baba, land is service, but sale of land and completed building. What do you mean by completed building, everyone? One is completion certificate, one is first occupancy. People, one is completion certificate, one is first occupancy. You have to see whichever is earlier. Any amount, complete amount received after this, then it is sale of completed building, neither supply of goods nor supply of. This is completion certificate. This is first occupancy, which is earlier completion certificate. 1 rupee also received before. Entire contract will become what, everyone? Service contract, and GST will come on the entire amount. Are you all clear with this, everyone? First occupancy, completion certificate. What is your deadline? First occupancy. Complete amount received after. Neither supply of goods nor supply of. 1 lakh received here, 99 over here. 99 lakh over here. The entire contract becomes supply of service ka contract. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is actionable claim. Actionable claims are goods. But when you supply actionable claim, only lottery, betting, and gambling will come under supply of goods. All others, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. I had a right to receive insurance claim. I transferred it to my friend. Goods transferred, but neither supply of goods nor supply of service. The next one over here is government. Baba, government official ka service like MP, MLA, constitutional post holder, anyone who is a chairman, member, director of a body which is established by the government, where he is not an employee, but he is a chairman, member, or director of a government ka body, then his services also to the government ka body, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Sir, why he is not an employee? Baba, if he is an employee, he will be covered over here. Then also his services will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Can you tell me, everyone, section number 7, 2 told about bench flag, B for one-to-one transfer, E for employer-employee, N for entity to entity, C for my revision or your revision. People watching at home, C for court or tribunal, H for high sea sale, F for funeral burial ka service, L for land and completed building, A for actionable claim, G for government official. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is, okay, I've covered employer employee, court tribunal ka services, CDRCs are like tribunal only, their services neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Third one, function performed by whom? MP, MLAs, etc. Then, Baba, mortuary, funeral, burial ka service, including transportation. Remember one thing, transportation of the deceased. A person who has died can be transported in any mode of transportation, truck, bus, however, it is always exempted. Then, sale of land and completed building. Land ke liye na one small circular has come. Sir, what is the circular? Listen. You know, nowadays what people do, they don't only sell land. Developers, they develop the land. On the land, what they will do, no? Suppose this is a land. In the land, they will cut plots. Correct, everyone? In the plots, they will lay the lines. Here, they will make the road. Correct? They will do the labeling, etc., and give it to you. Actually, they are selling land only. Whether they have done the labeling, they have put the pipelines, drainage pipeline, etc., then also it is sale of land. That is the clarification. Clarification sale of land or sale of labeled land with drainage facility, etc., also is a sale of land, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. So if I am a developer, I am selling land, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. I am selling land which is developed by me, cutting plots and selling, putting drainage pipeline, etc. Then also it is sale of land. But you know what, developer, he would have taken these services from someone. On that, so GST will come. Are we clear, everyone? Are you guys able to understand? Here it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. When he is taking these services, of course, you are providing me wiring ka service. You will charge me GST. But when I am selling the land, land is whether labeled land or normal land, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Three things I told you, three circulars in this chapter. Number one, which one did I tell you, everyone? I told you about this RTA wala circular. Number two, I told you what, everyone? Employer-employee wala circular. And the last one I told you about land and completed building. Land ka case mein, whether it is normal land or land which is labeled, drainage pipe, etc. has been put, still it is sale of land only. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is, okay, this is done. And high C sale bond to bond transfer is also done. Can we go ahead, everyone? Section number 7(2)(b). What is section number 7(2)(b) telling everyone? Section number 7(2)(b) talks about activities or transaction undertaken by central government, state government as public authorities. If central government, state government is acting as public authorities and undertaking a transaction, and that transaction they are doing for the public, Baba, government is doing activities for the public, this activity is being notified, then it will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. And they have gone ahead and issued a notification and told government, Baba, panchayat and municipality. Who are the two people they have gone ahead and told over here? They have spoken about panchayat and municipality. Baba, municipality and panchayat 243G and 243W. M ka ulta is W. Remember, municipality ke liye it is W. Okay, everyone. Panchayat and municipality, when they are going ahead and doing the activities which are told in 243G and W of the constitution, then they are doing it for the public. Baba, for an example, the panchayat and municipality should maintain the roads, sewage system, etc. They are doing it for the public. Even if they go ahead and charge something to the public, might be in my office they come and collect the garbage. Now, garbage collection which is done because of the municipality ka 243G and W wala activity which is there, which is told in the constitution that they should do. Now, even if they collect some amount from me, if they don't collect, then it is not supply. Even if it is supply, still it will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is government supplies alcoholic liquor license. Correct, everyone? It is for the public. Yes or no, everyone? Alcoholic liquor license, any amount collected, application fees, license ka amount, whatever collected, government ka service is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Are we all clear, everyone? Baba, when government gave alcoholic liquor license and collected an amount, it is neither supply of goods nor supply of service. People went ahead and told government giving any license, neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Businesses went ahead and told government giving any license, business has to pay GST under RCM on the amount paid. So business told, no, there is no GST only. Government clarified, Baba, giving of other privileges, telecom license, any rights which are there, GST will come. Are we clear, everyone? Can I go ahead? Then we have section number 7(3), total bakwas. Section number 7(3) goes ahead and says it's just the power with the government to go ahead and notify that this will be supply of goods and not supply of service. Or this will be supply of service and not supply of goods. That power is there with the government. Let the power be there. Okay, everyone. Now, everyone over here, we have section number 8 over here. Section number 8 goes ahead and says taxability. Student says, Balaji, are you still watching? Baba, shameless. Balaji is watching. What is your problem? You watch. Everyone over here now. Correct? No. Baba, you know, friend will pass. Then you will feel very bad. Friend fails. I also feel very good. Everyone here now. Taxability of composite and mixed supply. Baba, what's a composite supply? Composite supply ka taxability is told in section number 8. But what is a composite supply and what is a mixed supply is told in the definitions. Are we clear, everyone? Definition mein 2 clause 30 says composite supply means what, everyone? 2 or more taxable supply naturally bundled, which are naturally bundled, supplied together in the ordinary course of business. They are being supplied together, and one is a principal supply, then always it is composite supply. Can I go ahead, everyone? Mobile phone bought, charger given together, mobile and charger two or more taxable supply. They are naturally bundled, supplied together, and one is a principal. What is principal, everyone? Mobile, taxable at the rate of principal supply. The next one, 274 goes at Baba. Now, one is this much is told by the definition. Now, section number 8 says whenever it is composite supply, please treat as what? Supply of principal. Think that full supply is supply of principal supply and rate of principal supply will apply. The next one over here is 274, 2 or more mixed supply, 2 or more individual supplies. It need not be taxable. It can be any supply which is there, which are individual supplies supplied together for a single price. This remote and this phone, I joined it together and supplied. Is it a natural bundle? No. Government is going ahead and telling computer and a printer. Is it natural bundle? No. You joined together, put a tape, and you are giving discount and trying to supply. Discount given, not given, whatever. Two things joined together and supplied for a single price basically is known as what, everyone? It should not be composite, then it will be known as mix. And section number 8 says mix supply rate, everyone. Highest rate. You have to think that that supply is supply of that supply which attracts highest rate. Are we clear, everyone? We are done with section number 7 and we are done with section number 8. Now quickly let's go ahead and cover the circulars which are there over here. Number 1, everyone, servicing of car. For an example, I gave my car for servicing. They went ahead and told, sir, for the servicing of the car, we'll go ahead and charge you 5,000 rupees, and any part which is replaced, we'll charge you separately. For the car, the servicing ka rate will apply. If supposing they put one part of 5,000 rupees, on that part ka rate will apply. It's not a composite supply. It's not a composite supply. It is separate supply. For the servicing ka rate, and for parts, if they put any parts, for parts ka rate will apply. Clarification given by the government. Can we go ahead, everyone? It says servicing of car involving supply of goods and supply of service. Value of goods and service shown separately. Then liable to GST at the rate as applicable to the goods or service separately. For an example, I went ahead and took my car. I told I want this car part to be replaced. He replaced the part and he did some labor also, but he took only 5,000 rupees for the parts. He told, sir, labor also will do it together only and will charge 5,000. Then it's a composite supply. Are we clear, everyone? Wherein they will go ahead and charge you GST as applicable to the principal supply, which is parts. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one over here is printing of books. Supposingly, everyone over here, I told my printer, I will send you the content of the book. You use your paper, ink, etc. Print and give it to me. Here there are two things. One is he is giving me printing service. Secondly, he is supplying me paper also. What is principal? Printing service. Paper, ink, etc. is ancillary. What will I tell him? Hey, print and give it to me, or I'll tell him, hey, paper, ink, etc. I want printing service and it's a supply of service. Can I go ahead, everyone? Secondly, supposingly I went ahead and told my printer, not my printer. Supposingly, I went ahead and told one person, I want 1,000 carton boxes. When you are sending the carton boxes, print my logo and give it to me. Are you guys able to understand? He is giving me goods and he is giving me a service which is printing also. But principally, what did I ask him? Goods, and it is a supply of goods. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, the next one over is production sharing contract. Quickly, I will go ahead and tell you about the production sharing contract. People, listen to me over here. This is supposingly government over here, and this is me over here. Government went ahead and gave me the rights to go ahead and explore mineral oil, supposingly, or petroleum, etc. Government told, okay, this is the sea over here. This is Reliance. Government went ahead and told Reliance or Ramesh, whatever. Okay, everyone. Government went ahead and told me, I will give you the right to explore what? Mineral oil, petroleum, etc. Baba, you can't go to the sea, put one boat over there and start digging. Are we clear? You should take a right from the government. Government gave you the rights. You went ahead and put one pipeline over here. Okay? And oil came out. Supposingly 1,000 crore rupees ka worth oil has come out. Are we clear, everyone? Now, what's a production sharing contract? In a production sharing contract, what happens? You and the government agree that once the oil comes out, we will go ahead and first retain that much amount of oil, or will sell and recover our cost. For an example, Reliance had spent 200 crore rupees as the cost to go ahead and dig this and set up everything. Are you guys able to understand? Now, remaining 800 crore rupees ka petrol which is there is profit. Are we clear, everyone? In production sharing contract, we call this as cost petroleum. Cost petroleum means the amount of petroleum which you can retain to recover your cost. And the remaining amount of petroleum which is there known as profit petroleum. Got it? Now, what happens over here? You go ahead, out of 800 crore, profit petroleum say you have to share some amount with the government. Might be 50-50 ka contract is there. Then you will have to go ahead and give 400 crore worth rupees of profit petroleum to the. Are you guys able to understand? Basically, 400 crore you will pay to the government. That amount is known as, because it will be out of the profit which you sell, we go ahead and call it the profit petroleum. Are we clear, everyone? Cost petroleum is the amount of petroleum which are allowed to retain for recovering your cost. Now here, the confusion which came was, is Reliance giving any service to the government for which government is telling you can keep 200 rupees? No. The clarification which came was Reliance is not giving any service to the government. Government is going ahead and giving a service by giving the rights to Reliance, and for that rights, Reliance has gone ahead and given what? 400 crore. Government has gone ahead and given a supply of service. Reliance has not given any service to the government, for which government is telling keep 200 crore rupees ka petroleum. So Reliance has not given any service to the government. Government has given the rights, for which Reliance is giving what? Profit petroleum. Are we clear, everyone? Now, whenever government gives you the right, no, you have to pay the GST on the amount under RCM. On the 400 crore, you'll have to pay GST under RCM. People went to the government, please. So government told, okay, fine. Any amount of GST payable is exempt, and hence profit petroleum per GST has been exempted. Are we clear, everyone? So government gives the right to explore mineral oil, etc. We go ahead and give profit petroleum. Profit petroleum per GST has been exempted. The next one over here is services of display of name of the donor. Okay. Sir, your name? Huh? Girlfriend name? Huh? Okay. Girlfriend name? Lena. Okay. Only for classroom purpose. Okay. I don't love Lena. Baba, it's just for classroom example. Okay. My wife is watching at home. She'll be like, oh, love Lena. Okay, everyone over here. For an example, I'm a temple trust. Okay, everyone. He went ahead and gave me 10 lakh rupees in the memory of his girlfriend. Okay. And he told, sir, please put a name. He did not tell anything, but because of his gratuitous service, temple went ahead and put a name given by Yashwant in the memory of his girlfriend, Leena. Okay, everyone. Now tell me one thing. Is the temple going ahead and doing any advertisement? And hence there is no service which is given by the temple. Yashwant went ahead and gave me supposedly 10 lakh rupees. And he went ahead and told, sir, you put over there, you put a board in your temple premises saying given by Yashwant and co chartered accountant Bangalore. Then Baba, the temple is going ahead and giving advertisement service for which the donation of 10 lakh has been given. Baba, name you can give as donation, but it is not donation. It's a supply of service by the temple for which GST will come. Are we clear, everyone? Did you guys get it? Always remember, services of display of name on the donor in the premises of charitable organization receiving donation or gift from individual. The purpose is philanthropic and not advertisement. Then no GST. But if it is not philanthropic and advertisement, then GST will come. The next one over here is goods or service supplied free of cost or as gift. Everyone over here, listen to me very carefully. I went ahead and bought thermometer, and thermometers I gave free. I taken the ITC on thermometer and I gave thermometer free. What is it, everyone? Permanent transfer of business asset on which ITC was availed. It's a supply. Will I get the ITC? Why? It's a supply. Will I get the ITC? Yes, simple. That is what is being told over here. Now, I went ahead and bought thermometers. Okay. I went ahead and bought clothes. Clothes I made shirt. Shirt I gave free for charity. Is it supply? If it is not supply, ITC will be. No. That's all. Always remember, I bought thermometer. Took ITC, gave thermometers for free. Supply, ITC will be allowed. I bought clothes, made shirt, gave shirt free. It is not supply. Under 71C, ITC will be over, everyone. Next, buy one, get one. Everyone always remember one. Buy one, get one is given. Whenever buy one, get one. Buy one soap, get one soap. Officer went ahead and told Ramesh, you bought inputs. Inputs say made soap. One soap you sold, I will give you ITC. Another soap which is free, no, for that ITC I will not give you. Of the input service capital goods. Are you guys able to understand? Baba, government went in and told, hey officer, open your eyes and see. 1 plus 1 is not actually 1 plus 1. It is 1 plus 1 to fool the customer. It is 2 supplied at the price of 1. All the ITC will be allowed. Clarification came. When 1 plus 1 is given, always it is 2 supplied at the price of 1. If it is composite supply, then also ITC will be allowed. If it is mixed supply, then also ITC will be allowed of the input services and capital goods. Are we clear, everyone? The last circular which is there, not very, very important, but listen. Supposingly, there are 3 members in a joint venture and I am the 4th member, A, B, C, and I am the D1. We all 4 contributed in the joint venture ka bank account. We are doing joint venture, oil exploration will do. Okay, everyone, oil is becoming expensive. We thought we'll explore the oil. Okay, everyone. Now, A, B, C, and D. D is the operating member. Everyone doesn't run the joint venture. Operating member runs the joint venture. I am the 4th one over here. We all contributed 1 lakh rupees into the joint venture ka bank account. Joint venture bank account had 4 lakh rupees. and we bought a machinery. With the machinery, we did oil exploration, oil came, oil sold, profit distributed between us. Tell me one thing, everyone, is the operating member giving any services to the members over here? Or it is nothing other than the money which has come in the bank account is nothing other than capital contribution by the partners. Baba, it's just a capital contribution by the partners. Now just imagine, supposingly I go ahead and tell, I have a machine which is there, I will do the oil exploration, okay? And you all have to give me, if you want profits, you all have to give me 1 lakh rupees for that oil exploration. Baba, now I am giving services to the members from whom I am recovering the money. Are you guys able to understand this point? Did you guys get my point? I am telling, if supposingly capital contribution is done by all the members in the joint venture ka bank account, we bought a machine, machine oil exploration done, profit profit we did and profit distributed among the members, then the money which is paid in the joint venture account is just, it's called cash call. It is just capital contribution, neither, no GST will come. Baba, partners capital contribution in the firm, is there any service given by the joint venture or the firm? Nothing. But supposingly I am the operating member, I did one service. I told if you guys want profit, you'll have to give me money. Baba, in that scenario, I am going ahead and doing service for the members and taking money from them. If I'm using my own machine, supposedly I use my own machine, I had a machine, I did oil exploration and I told, hey, if you want profit, you'll have to give me money. Whatever is the cost, we are apportioning. Baba, it is not cost apportionment. It is you are giving the services to the member and taking money from them. The operating member is doing a service and on his service, whatever amount he charges, that is not cash call, that will be GST will come. Is my point clear to all? Did you guys get it? Always remember, capital contribution GST is not there. But for a service, if you are recovering cost apportionment also, it is for a service and GST will come. Are we all 100% clear till here? Remember one thing, everyone, for your exam, this chapter is A graded. 6 marks is the minimum expectation out of this chapter. In my opinion, see, Baba, this chapter, everything is important. In this chapter, everything is important. 71C, section number 71C is A graded. Okay? Composite supply and mixed supply, you have to remember it will be required. You will need it either for notes in value of supply or wherever. Okay? If you tell me now, then B graded, I can call section number 7.2 as B graded. And these two can be called as B graded. Rest all is C graded. Please study. Are we clear, everyone? Very, very important is section number 7.1C. Baba, this chapter has to be studied properly in detail. Now, might be while jumping in the exam hall, if you want to see, then C is A graded. 7.1C and section number 8. 3 small circulars in the chapter. Number 1, what did I go ahead and tell you? Agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate, or to do an act, there has to be an agreement and a consideration for it to be a supply and supply of service. Secondly, employer-employee relation may employee giving services to the employer under a contractual arrangement which is there between both of them. Then, Baba, it is always neither supply of goods nor supply of service because there is a contractual agreement which is there already. The land, whether when you are selling the land, whether you sell land normally or you go ahead and do the labeling and sell, then also it is sale of land only. Are we clear, everyone? I'll go ahead and stop my discussion over here. People, now all you have to go ahead and do is solve question answers. The more question answers you solve, the better you are going to become. Right, everyone? I'll close my discussion on the chapter of supply over here. Congratulations, people.